here
It's happening.
on this Tuesday, not a Monday, feels like it. Post-Labor Day edition here of the podcast that can cover sunrise. We're both back.
Yes.
We both had the weekends off.
Yep.
We can talk about to what degree and how busy we were. Hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. Everyone getting back to school. We'll talk about that coming up because it was a big day. No tears for me.
That's good. By Dad?
Not in the moment. We'll have that in a second.
Sure.
But a lot of fun. Busy time of year. Officially September the 2nd of the month. We're getting back to football. Had college football, pro football. Did you see any over the weekend with how busy you were? Solo dad with the kids.
Not really.
Yeah.
No. We kept the TV off most of the day. I mean, the weather was really nice.
Beautiful.
You know, so yeah, my wife went to a wedding in Chicago, so I was home with the kids Friday, Saturday, most of Sunday. We went to a hike on Saturday, then kind of hung out at home for a while. I was making dinner, and so, what am I supposed to do? Sure, I could kind of let them do their own thing. So, it was like random PBS shows, things like that. Went to the Brighton Public Market on Sunday to see an old friend who had come back. He lived like a decade in Austria, actually. Yeah, so he was out there in Austria and came back. So I was chatting with him as my two kids are like,
is he a vendor?
Running around? No. Just he lives near the area, but old friend from Brighton. And he was just telling me it's just so many interesting things about like how different the culture is around here of like the wastefulness of America.
I know.
It's like insane. And he says like everything is just thrown out. The single-use plastics of the United States compared to Europe is like drastically different. We just are so ready to for convenience. Everything is so convenient in America. And in Europe, it's just different. It's just that they like respect and reuse things.
It's so much of it's clean. Like I think about that when we would, most years we'll take a quick little vacation to go to Vermont, which is, other end of the spectrum when it comes to policies and stuff they've done with being greener, recycling. They do the food compost. They're like 3 or 4 different bins, like on counters at Airbnbs and hotels.
Sure.
And I just think about it here, and New York is, does way more than what we did back home in the South but even then, like, it's still like so much you can't recycle, you just throw out, or it's just we as Americans, we just toss it.
Yes.
Like, even if it's food going into a garbage bag versus out in the yard, so deer can have it or something.
Or you get fined there out there as well if you do it the wrong way. Could you imagine that here, getting a fine for
people would go crazy? Yes.
So there's that, and then as much as it was trouble with the kids at night, I had free reign on what to watch on Netflix. Mostly it's either a debate or a compromise or what should we watch together that we will both enjoy. So we have to try to figure that out. But this was, what does James want to watch?
Anything good?
So it had to be with weather, right?
I was about to say K-pop Demon Hunters. Probably
not that one. So I watched Katrina.
Oh, yeah, 20 years.
High water.
20 years.
Spike Lee joint.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Spike Lee directed it. Have you seen it?
No. But lived through it, so I should put it on the list.
Yeah. And so it was fascinating for me because it's 2005. I was not, I was a teenager. I was into weather, but I wasn't like super into it like some other people. It really took me to like high school, college. So, I wasn't really super focused. I was from here, so I'm not super focused on Katrina. So I learned a lot about it, and I knew a lot of it from the weather side. But this is not a weather story. Like, it is, but it isn't, right? It's 3 episodes, 1 hour each episode. So it's like a mini series. The first episode's like as the storm comes in and how they handled or mishandled the approaching the storm. Then the levees break, and then it's about politics. It's about racism. It's about realty. It's about property ownership. It's about the city, the culture in the city. And it was just a really fascinating story about New Orleans. I learned so much about New Orleans itself without giving too much away before and after Katrina. So it was very cool, very enlightening.
It's just so many human sides.
Yeah.
And then coming out of that, what I remember is when the Saints finally came back home. That
Yeah.
Monday night game
Sure.
against Atlanta. It was Steve Gleason, who now battles ALS. He's such an inspiration with what he's done. He's the one that had this block punt that they had way back when. And just
great story. Yeah.
what that team meant and what the Superdome had been through with the leaks, the sewage, the evacuees, people staying in there. And even still, today, you drive around sections of that city and it's like the hurricane hit yesterday.
Right.
Because it's just nothing got built back.
Yeah, a lot of stuff didn't get built back, and some of the stuff that did get built back wasn't done very well.
Right.
And so it's a really interesting story that's definitely worth watching.
I last week on the anniversary of the decade since, I just saw so many friends on Facebook posting either pictures or just stories from where they were. Because and I've said this before, for so many people, like there was life before that hurricane and then life after, and that's what everyone turns to like the turning point of they got a new career, they had to move, they lost everything, or whatever, and that's how they just remember everything. But
the city lost like 10% of its population that just never came back.
No,
and you lose that amount of population, that's going to hurt any city. And so it's a really interesting story. And a lot of their tax base is really just from tourism.
Yeah.
Like tourism runs that town.
Yeah.
And they've been able to sustain that tourism, which is, a good thing to see, but still a lot of struggle.
It was the same thing on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, which is where I'm from. And now as you drive down I-10 or the highway right along the beaches, and it's just where there used to be these huge homes, just $1 million mansions.
Yeah.
And now it's just 2 or 3 blocks of nothing because people just didn't build back there because it costs too much. Everything's got to be up with the insurance, be up on stilts.
Right.
And you can still tell of what was. Over the weekend, I did get to watch some football. We did Seabreeze one final time on Saturday. Nice and cool. Had fun with that with the family. Missed much of the big games. It was Texas, Ohio State. Didn't see. That was like the game of the year, which may be the championship game in January.
A lot of hype around that.
And then I woke up this morning and saw this score.
Yeah.
For Bill Belichick, UNC football, getting back to college his first time since leaving the pros.
How about that?
So they scored first, and everyone was like, uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And then just a drubbing. 48-14, the final. There were so many celebrities there.
I
showed up to watch it.
Right.
And
oh, man.
him with his cutoff hoodie, and now he's got a short turnaround because they've got the big road trip to Charlotte this weekend. Tough test for the Tar Heels. Oh, it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Definitely an embarrassment on game one, but new coach. Yeah, it is Bill Belichick, but he still is a new coach in a new program and trying to install a system that I feel like does take time.
Especially in college. Not as long as it used to, because there's a little bit more free agency with getting players and how they can move.
Right.
But it still takes, a year or two. Will he be there that long? That'd be the question. But man, it was a standalone game, prime time on ESPN, and then just the doors beaten off of them. Wild.
And you can imagine their fans want instant gratification. They want new coach. We start to win. But I heard their goal is like, let's win 6 games and get a bowl game.
Right.
Let's just win, because they have had over the last decade, it's been pretty rough for the team. So
it has. And we'll get to pro football. This is the slate for this week coming up. Cowboys and Eagles Thursday night. The defending champs always have a home game to raise the banner and to kick that off. And the Cowboys after trading Michael Parsons. The Brazil game, Chiefs and Chargers, Friday on YouTube.
In the South.
You can check that out.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
And then it's the full window all day Sunday. My Saints and Cardinals, unwatchable.
Well, I wonder what the line is there.
Cardinals by a few.
Okay.
So the Saints are going to have the first pick. Boy. Titans and Broncos.
Yep. My Broncos hosting that game should be a good one there. Usually they play the 4:00 game.
Yep.
Being a few hours behind.
And then Ravens at the Bills. That rematch from the playoffs. Exciting. Huge.
Get the Chiefs out of the AFC Championship game. Give me that game in the AFC Championship.
That one again. Yeah.
That's what I would want.
If they don't meet before.
I think if the Chiefs start. I mean, they had a record like 11 wins within 3 points, something insane last year. The Broncos lost to them in a crazy blocked field goal. If they start losing these close games, I think goodbye Chiefs.
This was the one last season. They weren't out. Well, obviously they outscored people to win, but they weren't, 10 or 14 point spreads to beat them.
Less
they
than
just
7
got it.
points.
Yeah.
Squeak by every single game.
Yeah.
I don't like the Chiefs.
Josh, I know. Everyone here over it too. Josh Allen was ranked number 3 in the NFL's top 100.
That's right. Yeah.
So it was Saquon, Lamar, who he'll face coming up in
Even
about
though he won the
11
MVP
days.
over Lamar.
Yeah.
I see that all the time. The stats. Just
I know.
putting this right here is the caption usually on
Remember that
social
debate?
media.
I know. God, can't wait to be here this weekend.
Yeah,
finally.
it's almost there.
Finally.
So the Thursday game, we can't watch those. It's too late, right?
I usually not. Not that.
The morning
not
after.
Sunday. Definitely not Monday. Sunday night, I might have to try to watch that first quarter.
I know. It's
Of
so
the Bills
hard.
Ravens.
It's so tempting.
Just because it's part of our job. Like it's always.
And here we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the 3 a.m. highlights on YouTube for me.
know.
Probably.
You see it in 15-minute clips.
Yep.
That's all you need. Want to talk about something else. So we had this on our Sunrise show. So this is Banana Ball. The Savannah Bananas, which they've been to Buffalo, I believe they've been to Syracuse, and that was before they started selling on NFL stadiums. They were just in Pittsburgh over the weekend, and they're on this sold-out tour.
Yeah.
And they go around, and they are baseball games, but what they've done, and you brought this up on our show, used to be a minor league franchise that stunk. It was on the verge of maybe going away.
Right.
Guy comes in, takes over, has an idea. We're going to do 2-hour time games. We're going to turn everything into fun, get some real players, but we're going to train them on dancing, acrobatic stuff, a whole lot of fun trick plays. To do that in baseball, which don't touch that. America's pastime.
Look at the kids.
And it is huge. Their social media following, they're on TV now in prime time, and they've been putting 60, 70,000 people in. They were in Charlotte at the Panther Stadium recently.
Yeah.
They did Clemson Football Stadium where it was like 80,000.
How do they recruit? Do they recruit baseball players that can also do backflips?
I listened to a interview with the CEO, the owner of the team, and it's a combination. So they get players, and he's like, we have lots of guys who want to come do this.
Okay.
So they come in, and then they do training of whether it's, can you do backflips and then catch a pop-up at the same time? Yeah, what different things, but it's wild.
Go pitch on stilts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't got into it.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. It's everywhere. That's why it's here, because everyone talks about it and it's so popular.
Right.
Maybe it's one of those things where you just have to be in person.
Yeah,
to
right.
experience.
I don't know. I'll go to the carnival and you know what I mean.
I know. I have no problem going to a Red Wings game, a regular baseball game.
Yeah.
That's 2-1 or 2-0.
Yeah, exactly. Like an actual competitive game.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, it's like the difference between going to an Amerks game and like Disney on Ice. Like I'll go to Disney on Ice for the entertainment factor, and then I'll go to a hockey game to like watch people compete against each other to win. Are they trying to win the game? It's like Harlem Globetrotters maybe is another example.
Yeah.
Where Harlem Globetrotters, they're going to win every single game.
Right.
But you don't watch for the competition. You watch for the flips and the 5-point shots and things like that. You know.
And the one thing you see from this line is the median age for everybody is just cut in half because there's so many kids that go and they see this, and it's not falling asleep on the couch watching a baseball game or whatever, but it's wild.
I think for you and I, it's like not for us, but we're happy that some people get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, listen, if they want to come to the Dome, Syracuse, which they could, they've done it inside football stadiums. Yeah, we would go check it out.
Yeah.
How about this start to this day? Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
First day of school.
Gorgeous, yeah. Beautiful skies, beautiful blue skies out there. A couple of clouds, but just call them high cirrus clouds. Those are not impacting anybody. Cool morning. We've had cool mornings past couple days. 50s, now we're in 60s. 68 South Bristol, 63 Canisius. Honey Falls still in the 50s there. That's nice. And then, that's interesting. Number 4. I was out on a bike ride yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And it was like 48. I was dressed too light. I had shorts and like a long sleeve on. I was freezing.
I went for a run Saturday morning, 5 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
Long leggings, no gloves. I could have.
Yes.
I was like, man.
I know. My hands were freezing.
Our windows have been up for 2 weeks now, I think. The house got down to 63, maybe Sunday morning or Saturday
Wow.
morning.
That's not bad.
It's cold. I didn't turn on the fireplace, but I thought about it.
We made it 8 days with nothing. No
Nothing.
HVAC at all. I was like so proud of myself. Since Sunday of last weekend, the entire week, I just like kept opening and closing the windows based on the weather, and it's like save money, man. RG&E going up.
I was
Ran
about
up
to
the
say,
story.
I'm looking at you, RG&E. I want to see that bill whenever it comes in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I have no doubt it's going to be the same. It'll be the same as last month.
I know.
Somehow.
It's so
and I'm going to be like,
frustrating.
people, I had these windows open for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Nothing running in the house. Nothing.
I know.
We've been outside. Like,
So
TV's not been on. Like I've been using no power. And we'll
It's
see.
the delivery charge. We
I know.
pushed up the delivery charge.
And that is people in the area with National Grid. It is this month you start to see a little bit of a bump due to the costs with infrastructure phased in over the next 3 years.
It's like, okay, so you fix the infrastructure. Does that mean that the bill goes down after you're done
in
with
3
the work?
years, so when we're done?
No.
No.
It doesn't.
It'll
It's
go
just
up.
it goes
I
up
know.
and then flatlines. And maybe they'll go like several years without changing it. And it's gonna go up.
I don't know. Feels like recently, every couple of years, ask for that hike. I got to talk about the first day of school.
Yep.
Did drop off this morning. That is coming up in just a second. Back here, second cup of sunrise on this Tuesday morning, 2nd of September. The Tuesday, James, I've learned after Labor Day is always when Webster starts. There are other districts that do, but it's always their date. Some will go back tomorrow. RCSD, our biggest district with 22,000 kids, they start Thursday.
Wait
So
till
they, have
Thursday.
they got the short weeks. They come in, they do orientation, and then all the kids are ready to go.
See you later.
By Friday. So we have Brooklyn started kindergarten
Yeah.
this morning. So I ran out after our show, met Steph at home. We all walked over, decided we were going to be
that's nice.
a walker since the weather's nice until we have to drive. And showed up at school. She was so pumped. She was so sweet.
That's great.
Pigtails, everything.
Yeah.
Go up there. The day starts at like 7:50 and we get there 7:47, 7:48. And I was like, where is everybody? There's some cars in the parking lot, some parents getting in line.
Yeah.
No buses. I hear the principal come out and he's like, this is like the first time that I've had no buses here by the time we're ringing the bell.
Wow.
So they were running
They were
a little
late.
behind, and Steph, my wife who works in school, says,
Right.
yes, we always expect it first day because everyone's taking that picture at the bus stop. It takes
Little
longer
delay.
to get everyone.
Yes.
But then all the teachers came out, and parents, you have to wait by the door, and then the teacher says, you ready to go? Let's go take you to your
Yeah.
homeroom teacher.
Yeah.
So gave her a hug, gave her a kiss,
First
and she
day
was
jitters.
like clapping her hands together. She was so
man.
pumped,
Yeah.
and just walked right back in. But now we're into a system where there are no cameras in these classrooms, can't watch 24/7 like when they're at daycare.
Yeah.
And Steph was like, what am I going to do? Like, it just
Yeah,
pay
I can't
attention to
stalk my daughter, right.
Parent square all day, see if there's
Yeah.
any notice posting. But she was pumped.
Right.
So
That's great.
I felt like, in some ways, became a dad again this morning.
Yeah.
Yes, there's the birth, which is amazing, hospitals, the baby years.
Yeah.
But then it's like, now it's like real dad. This is
It's a real
you
it's
get
a different
kid
moment.
in school, K through 12, because now you get into grades, homework, school teams, things like that.
Right.
And felt a little old.
Next chapter.
The youngest one got moved up to a different classroom at daycare.
Yeah, sure.
So getting older. And I think the numbers I saw for Brooklyn, so she'll be 2038, 13 years of
her graduating class.
Yeah.
38.
That is weird to see when you see class of 38
Yeah,
and class of 36 on
38.
other ones up in the window. I'm
Right.
like, man, it's
Yeah.
an 07 kid.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. A long time from now. That's exciting. Glad to hear that she's excited to do it. And I think that that's always a good feeling.
She was so pumped. And of course, she's got a couple friends who came over from daycare who will be at her school. And we wrote notes to give to the teachers. And we already met them. So she's pumped. And she packed her own lunch, which
nice.
they eat at like 10 in the morning.
That's
So I'm
funny.
like, wow, because the day ends
Yeah.
at 2:15 or so.
Yeah.
And like you get there, everyone's got free breakfast and lunch, but you're turning around and eating 90 minutes
Yeah,
after that.
yeah,
I'm like at home. We're like
Full belly.
just finishing the first breakfast. You have that.
Does she have a like special backpack or anything?
A huge backpack. We went shopping back to school.
Yeah.
We were at Walmart and there's just a whole line of bags and
Yeah.
everything they can light up, different Spidey ones.
Right.
Some of their favorite TV characters. So she got one in the bag is 3/4 of her size.
Oh,
even when it's
man,
on
yeah,
her,
yeah.
But she's got everything in it.
It'll last her forever.
Everything's organized. I know. I'm thinking about just how,
Yeah.
washed up and torn up it'll be towards the
For
end.
me, it was LL Bean for like many years. I had maybe 2 backpacks, K through 12.
I was
LL Bean worked it to bits and then got a new one.
Jansport, I think was the brand.
That's a classic.
And when it started to get ripped or torn up, you could send it and they would give you a new one.
Nice.
And it was,
Back in the old days,
yeah. And we had
brands cared about you.
paper clips and everything hooked to it, trying to keep it tied together.
Yes. The JanSport bag, like 2 zippers.
It was a mess on day 2. Yes. And 2 zippers. You had one small outside pouch,
Yep.
everything right in the middle. It was just mesh. So it just fell apart, shapeshift,
Yeah.
whatever was in there. That was fun. I did not cry on drop off.
Yeah.
Got teary-eyed driving back.
Sure.
As I was coming back to the station because I was like, man,
Love it.
that's it. But
That's it. Off you go with one more to go.
I know. And then I started thinking, how are we going to walk to school when it's snowing? You did that though.
Yeah. You wear boots. That's how you do it.
And I'll stand in the driveway and be like,
Yeah. See you
ya.
later. Have a nice
fun.
stroll.
Have fun.
Right.
No snow yet, but on our website, rochesterfirst.com, we have our apple picking roundup as all the farmers are getting ready. I was out on Lake Road in Ontario for a little bit of a jog yesterday. Saw a bunch of workers getting apples down, loading them up.
Yep.
Wickham Farms transitioning in Penfield from the Sunflower Spectacular to everything they do with fall. Another good place is Westwind Farm at Blue Barn Cidery. So many you pick places that you can head out and about. I'm interested to see how the summer will affect that, and also the leaves changing that schedule.
Sure.
Because we've gotten some rain, but still waiting.
Yeah,
for a while.
I was glancing at some of the websites that with the apples. I saw one of them had the Premier Honeycrisp, but the regular Honeycrisp. There's a lot of them that just need a little
Premier
bit more time.
Honeycrisp.
Yeah, I think this might have been Wickham Farms.
Wow.
But I think it's too early.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, look, if you want to go, first off, this weekend's going to be cold.
Yep.
And probably rainy, so that's not going to be nice weather. If you want to go today, there might be like 3 rows of apples available. I would just say wait another week or two. Let them have more brands. Like I don't think if you want a Granny Smith, I don't think you'll be able to find them. And which is one of my favorites. So I personally would wait. That'd be my advice until they start to get more ready to go.
They are slowly transitioning to the season. We got the numbers from the State Fair of how many people went this year. So just yesterday, final day, Labor Day, 78,000 passed through the gates one day. So it was a 13-day run for 2025.
Yep.
More than 925,000 people visited. That's more than last year, but not more than 1 million. No. The last time they did that was in 2019. So the pre-COVID years, it was 1.3 million that stopped by. I mean, something like almost 80,000 people in one day.
Not good. I think I think that was like you had a perfect weather stretch the entire time. The opening day, if you remember, was pretty wet. I think there were a couple other days that weren't perfect. It was a pretty good stretch though. But it's hard to get that sweet spot. And I guess not as many people interested for some reason.
It flies by. Just a little quick. We gave it I say this every year, gave it some real thought about going. But by the time it comes around, it's like that final weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. What are we going to do? Yeah. We ended up staying here. They still got some work to do. Whoops. There you go. They have to take out the butter. The sculpture paid tribute to the Wizard of Oz and the author from Chittenango, and now they're going to bring all 800 pounds of that here to Livingston County and Noblehurst Farms, and then we will wait till the countdown for next year, unofficial end of summer here everything.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been to the farm where they send the butter to
Yeah.
the anaerobic digester, they call it.
Did you watch it loaded up on like a conveyor belt?
It's pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah.
they pull it out of like the guy takes it off his truck. It's in a big black trash bag. He kind of like dumps out chunks of butter on the ground and like kicks it into the machine.
It doesn't look like Toto or the hot air balloon. It's all chopped up and
it's all
mashed
chopped
in.
up. Yeah, and then it goes in, and then anaerobic digesters, they're pretty cool. It's this huge vat. It's literally like a stomach.
Mm-hmm.
There's no oxygen in there. There's microbes that break down the butter, and then there's also like probably cow manure, and then like old cans of Red Bull that nobody drank. But you know what I mean? Just like scrap foods. Breaks it down, turns it into an acid, and then eventually turns it into gas, basically methane that shoots up, and then they collect the methane and they use it for power. So that's what it's going to be used for energy.
And then those two artists just hang out and get ready for next year.
That's right.
Final forecast, got about 30 seconds here.
Yeah, throw the 8-day up there. So great weather today. I got partly cloudy because I do think clouds start to pop up this afternoon, but upper 70s there. It could be an isolated shower here and there, but let's circle Thursday for showers and thunderstorms there, and those will probably be in the afternoon before a cooler weekend there.
We will have all that and more coming your way on News 8 at noon this Tuesday afternoon. Our regular jobs are back here tomorrow for Second Cup of Sunrise for your Wednesday. Happy first day of school, everybody.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.